Well, I have two Stihl BG50s, the cheapest blowers you can buy by Stihl, but they work really nicely. And I was fooled. This is my father-in-law's, and it would idle, but you just couldn't get it up to speed. So I figured it was the carburetor, and I cleaned this carburetor out, put it back on. It was still acting up. So I got another carburetor. There it is right here. You can see it, maybe. There's the carburetor. And I put a brand new one on and it was still doing it. Then when I pulled it over and I compared it with this one, the compression seemed like it was low. So I looked at his gasoline and it looked very clear to me. So I said to myself, well, he must have forgotten to put a little bit of this 2-cycle oil in the gas. So I spent some more money and I got a short block, which is basically the crank and the cylinder and the pistons. And this is his short block, and I took it out and put a brand new one in. And when I put the exhaust back on, here's the exhaust right here. I didn't have any gasket sealer, and the old gasket was no good. So this little gasket right here that goes right here, there wasn't any seal, and it fired right up. But I did notice that it didn't get up to full speed. So I figured maybe the engine, since it's brand new, maybe it just needs to break in a little bit, or maybe I didn't warm it up good. So then I went to Tractor Supply and I got myself some high temperature RTV, this stuff right here, red RTV high temp gasket maker, and I sealed it up. And when I fired it up again, it was doing the same thing that it did in the beginning. It was smothered. And so I think I switched carburetors again because I had put Wesley's old carburetor back. I'm like, well, maybe it was that carb. And then I said, no, it's got to be smothered by this exhaust. And there's a little spark arrestor that's being held on here. And I'm going to take that out right now because it ran like a top without the muffler on it. That's what I did. I ran it without the muffler. And let's see here. This little spark arrestor, there's a little tab here. And I have a feeling that this probably just pulls right out. It does. Oh my goodness. And there we go. This spark arrestor, oh my goodness, is completely clogged. It's completely clogged. So now I'm going to put this back on, and I bet you it's going to run like a top when I do that. It's too bad I already ordered a new muffler. Sometimes I order way too quick, and the bottom line is here, if I wouldn't have started working on this, I would not have realized, what the problem was. I mean, you have to experience things. This grade stuff that schools do is for the birds. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, these grades. They're literally, most of them are literally meaningless, okay? Kids wanting hundreds is asinine. Do you hear me? Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Okay, I've been teaching for 30 years. I've been in schools my whole life. If anybody's qualified to say how stupid the grading system is, it's Mr. Gockley, okay? Here's the bottom line. I am not a failure, okay? Yes, I spent 40 or 50 bucks on a new carburetor. I spent $65 on a new short block. I just spent another $35 on a brand new muffler. Okay, and if you can add 65 and 40 and 35 or whatever, you got over $100. And actually over $120, I think, but you can do the math. I don't even have my facts straight. But the bottom line is, this was the problem. It was a screen that's clogged full of junk, full of carbon and oil and everything else. And now I'm going to put this carburetor, or this muffler back on. There's nothing wrong with this short block. I've got another short block now, so when I finally blow mine up, I'll just put this one back in that Wesley had. I'm going to give him a brand new carburetor, a brand new engine, and I'm going to fire this up in a few minutes.